Hello fellow drivers, this is Sebastian with Spin Driving School. Today's video we are going to take a look at 30-kilometer zones. So school and playground zones. Probably one of the most hated subjects on the test and in real life. Nobody likes to go 30. It's slow and it sucks, but it has to be done. It is the law. So today's video will hopefully clarify where they start, where they end, how to tell them apart, what is in the 30-kilometer zone, when you should, when you shouldn't, etc., etc. So stay tuned. Here we go. Okay, so first and foremost, let's look at double and single yellow lines. One is to be crossed, one isn't. Now, technically, you can still cross a double yellow line when it's safe if you need to go around something or someone, as long as there isn't any oncoming traffic. But you're not driving on the other side of the road, you're just slightly maybe crossing or passing. Here are a bunch of signs pertaining to crosswalks, school, and playground zones. So if you don't see a speed limit underneath a sign, do not go 30. Just because you see a park or school doesn't mean that you need to go 30. You always need to see the speed limit underneath for that to be effective. So the one on the left, no 30. The one on the right, 30. Here we go. Here's the first video. And in this one, there's the fuzz right at the top of the hill, pulled someone over for speeding. If you look to your right, well, first the double yellow line on the left. If you look to your right, there is your school zone sign. There's your speed limit, so that one is effective. Well, now it's still 10 p.m., from 7 till 10 p.m. There's the police. We're just stopping. I was doing a lesson at this time, so we're just doing this for educational purposes. The cop waves us through. We're safely passing him. We're going over the yellow line a little bit, but in this case, you have no option, so you want to keep the traffic moving. So again, there's a double yellow line, so always look if you are in non-residential areas, usually on main roads. That double yellow line is going to be a dead giveaway for those school and park zones. So always look for that. But at the end of the day, you should be always looking for the, for the end sign or for the beginning sign with schools and playgrounds. So there's the end sign on the left-hand side there, facing backwards. Unfortunately, it sucks, but that's the way you have. That's just the way you have to tell them apart. So again, there's a school zone on the right-hand side. The second sign there is just a sign that lets me know there's a crosswalk coming up. Usually those are in school areas, sometimes parks, but mainly it's a school zone or school crosswalk. There's the double yellow line, just moving along, keeping it at 30 and looking for the back of the sign on the other side of the street, which is just in front of the truck right there. And there's the end of the double yellow line. So that's basically where the school zone or the playground zone, doesn't really matter which one you're in. That's how they end. That's how they begin. Here we go. Now this one, we have a double yellow line and we have the sign on the right hand side. That sign again just lets you know there's a crosswalk coming up, possibly in the school area. Again, double yellow line does not mean that you're in the school or in the playground. It just means you're not allowed to pass on the other side of the road or make a lane change, however you want to call it. But if you want to go around something safely, as long as there's no oncoming traffic, sure, why not? Here's another one coming downhill. Again, you see on the right hand side there's that playground zone sign, and then you'll see also the double yellow line, so that they always coincide with the beginning of the school zone or a park zone and the end of the school or a park zone. You have those double yellow lines. Change them back to a single or vice versa. Just now going downhill at 30 sucks, but it's got to be done. That's what the speed limit is, and that is the law. So unfortunately, got to play it safe, folks. So here's another one. There's your school zone sign on the right hand side. In this case, we have a green light, so we just keep moving. No one's crossing, or no, should be crossing at this point anyways. And going 30. Nice and steady. Also, in a lot of these cases, people always sit on their brakes. I mean, depending if you're going up or downhill, sure, obviously you need to control your speed, but in a lot of these cases, you can actually control your speed just with the accelerator. So if you know your car really well, it is achievable. Now this sign coming up here on the right hand side, that sign just lets you know there's a school zone somewhere in the area, but it doesn't mean that you have to go 30. There's no speed limit underneath, so we don't need to slow down to 30 in this case. Just keep moving. If you make a left or right turn, if another sign like this appears with a speed limit, then it's effective. Here's another one. First sign is always the warning sign. Then we have a crosswalk sign in this case, and this is where your 30 kilometer starts, again coinciding with a double yellow line. And you'll see in this video we will have another police, I don't want to call it an incident, but basically it's going to be a speed trap. So you'll have the police on the right hand side, you know, basically just pulling over people for speeding. So we're going 30, no problems. There they are, right hand side. So stay safe out there, folks. I know that it sucks going 30, but it has to be done. It is the law, and please obey the rules. And hopefully this video will clarify the difficulties of knowing when you are in the school or park zone and when you are not, when they're effective, when they're not effective, how to tell them apart, etc., etc. Stay safe and stay tuned.